Hello everyone, today I'm going to discuss the MCQs on Indian Contract Act, which is very important for students appearing in competitive exams as well as their entrance tests. So stay tuned and don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel for more such MCQ videos. So, Indian Contract Act, if a person who is incapable of entering into contract is supplied with necessaries by any other person, for example, a minor, so sorry, then the later shall be reimbursed for such supplies because it is the supply of necessaries. So, अगर luxury provide की जाती, then in that case, the reimbursement was not possible. What is the meaning of novation? It is substituting the old contract for the new one. If any part of the single consideration for one or more objects, or any part or any one of the several considerations is unlawful, then the agreement becomes void, the entire agreement. For the fraudulent act or willful wrong of the sub-agent, who is responsible? The agent and the principal both. When the promise said to express, when the proposal and acceptance of the promise is made in words. When a contract is breached, the party who suffers breach shall receive compensation or loss of the or damage caused to him. What is the consent under Indian Contract Act? When it is consensus at item, when both the parties agree on the same thing in the same sense. If it appears from the nature of the case that the intention of the parties to the contract contained that it should be performed by the promiser himself, so he must be performed by the promiser himself. What is the minimum consideration required for agency? No consideration is required. It is at the will of the principal and agent. Which of the following statements regarding caution is not true? Caution gives any person the advantage of position of power over others. So that is undue influence. That is not caution. When is communication of proposal complete? When it comes to the knowledge of the person to whom it is given. When the person reciprocally promises first to do certain things which are legal, and secondly under specified circumstances to do certain other things which are illegal. The first set of promise is a contract, but the other is a void agreement. Which of the following features is not essential for a contract? It should be in writing only. It is not an essential feature. It can be oral, but we prefer written in case of any dispute later on. In case of breach of sale, contract of sale of some rare things, then quantum merit is not given, recession is not given, injunction is not given. You insist upon performance. In this, I often give an example that there is an antique piece. So, quantum merit, giving any amount of money or giving any amount of recession or telling him not to sell the thing would not make a difference. You insist upon specific performance and the code gives you specific performance. When a party to the contract fails to perform a contract within fixed time, such contract becomes voidable and it is at the intention of the parties whether they want to perform it or not. Who among the following is not competent to contract? This is a person of 16 years, minor. Any guarantee which the creditor has obtained by means of keeping silence as material circumstances would be invalid. So you have to disclose everything. Sorry. Where two or more persons have made a joint promise, then a release of joint promiser by promise does not discharge the joint promises. So it is they shall remain jointly responsible. When a person pledges goods in which he has only a limited interest, invalid to the extent of that interest. What happens to a continuing guarantee in the case surety dies? There is a revocation of continuing guarantee. Where the parties to the contract are under the mistake as to the matter of fact, then the agreement is void. Which of the following does not constitute misrepresentation? Any act fitted to deceive. Deceive the other party willfully will be not misrepresentation, it will be fraud. So it doesn't come under misrepresentation. Which of the following is not a necessary feature of free consent? Consent is not caused by misunderstanding. Any agent authority can be created expressly, impliedly. What is a contract of indemnity? It is a contract where one person promises to save the other from losses and promises himself to pay him in case there's a loss or by the conduct of any other, by him or by the conduct of any other person. So this is about the Indian Contract Act, covering Sales of Goods Act or bailment pledge, lien, and contracts of indemnity and guarantee. Hope it was useful, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.